literally looking for an app to engage in and begin, in a sense, mindlessly scrolling or mindlessly engage in conversations that, quite honestly, won't help me make progress in life. Literally, that's what my thought process was. As I was on my phone, I'm literally thinking like, what app do I want to click on? And it just goes to show, from a first person point of view, the amount of times that me myself, I'm sure I'm the only one that just habitually put myself in a position of just not wanting to think or just be engaged into activities that are not conducive to growth. So just choosing to balance it out as well. If I'm gonna have the phone in my hand, then document. I want to see what's going on in my mind. um, we can't say that, like, if we think about it from a basic point of view, what are we doing, right? We're either consuming information or we're producing. Whether Or you could just be standing still and just blindly look at what's in front of you and just play with thoughts within your mind. um, don't let someone see you doing that. But we've been conditioned to constantly be doing something. It's tough to just not be engaged in an activity. As soon as we get home, obviously some people have different habits, but just to name a few, some people turn on the television, some people grab a beer, some people smoke a blunt, roll a blunt, smoke a blunt, some people get on their phone immediately, some people jump straight in the shower, some people cook. I mean, there's so many habits that we all do, but essentially at some point we all settle into a specific habit. And that habit usually requires us to not think. We like to remove ourselves from the responsibility of thinking. Essentially, that's what social media can do. That's what it can do. But it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. See, social media is simply an upgraded version. It's an updated version of television, of consuming information of someone else that is living their life, or simply creating a show for you, or entertaining you, or educating you, or simply, I don't know what other category of things are there that people could do. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you're either a consumer or a producer. And I've been trying my best to shift over to producing, to creating more, because again, I could sit here and just stare blindly at what's in front of me. I could read, I could maybe do push-ups. There's countless stuff that I could do. I could actually reply to comments. I could I could edit or start posting more of the videos that I've already documented. I could stop at a place with decent Wi-Fi and start uploading. I got about an hour left here at work, and I want to create. I want to document a bit of my thoughts and where I'm at, and hopefully provide value to the end user, the individual that is simply in the position of consuming information. Again, balance it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying never use your phone, but balance that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Balance the shit out and utilize me as an example. Utilize me as an example. And here's what I mean. There's so much content that I've released that is just nonsense. I'm a fool, straight fool, straight fool. And you, the consumer, on the other side of this camera, you need to realize that the macchiato coffees from Wawa are good. Number one, caramel specifically. The ones from 7-Eleven are good as well. Put some caramel syrup in it as well. But you, as the listener, as the consumer, need to realize that, not to be too technical, but you're either doing one or the other, period. You're either doing one or the other. Yes, there's a select amount of people that are not on their phone. In fact, about a month ago, I had taken care of a customer, and I asked him, I said, hey, would you like for me to send you a picture? once I drop off your vehicle. They're like, we don't receive pictures. Something like that. So you could be that guy. You know what I'm saying? You could be that guy that's not engaged. But, all things, let's just call it what it is. Most people are either producing or consuming. And I guess you could do both. There is a trend now of individuals that document themselves consuming information and reacting. So you could do that. I would start there. I would prefer starting there than just simply playing defense. You know what I'm saying? Defense alone is going to go down today. Defense in the game of life is cool to a certain extent. It's cool to a certain extent, meaning at least switching yourself from offense to defense is one thing. But if you're just stuck on defense and you're like, coach, I want to play. You know what I'm saying? Back before technology, back before we had this fucking powerful ass phone in front of us, we needed an opportunity. We needed coach to see us. We needed that outside source to say he's talented. And then on top of that, there was other ramifications that came with it, meaning, let's just say you don't come from a family that educated you on finances, or if you're desperately trying to get out of a financial rut, or just a poverty-stricken area, negotiation goes out the window, right? So you're limited to the amount of options in terms of what you actually want. You just kind of accept the terms as is and move forward, right? Well, now you have a phone in front of you which allows you to create the life that you want. And I'm going to say this as well. I'm going to hedge this up front. Don't utilize me as the prime example, right? So there's a lot of people that fake. There's a lot of people out there that are genuinely faking a lifestyle. It's the whole fake it till you make it, right? Believe me, I'm not saying I'm stacked, but I for sure have enough money to where I can buy a suit. I could look fresh as fuck. I could buy some J's. I could look clean as fuck. I'm talking about every fucking week I could hit up the barber and look clean as fuck. I could do that. I could fucking absolutely do that. But we're getting shit confused. We're listening to the wrong people for the wrong reasons. A lot of us. Now, maybe not you, but a lot of us are listening to the wrong people for the wrong fucking reasons. And we need to check ourselves. We need to fucking check ourselves. Now, I'm not saying there's not a place and a time, and specifically with marketing, there is some demographics that you want to tap into, right? It's called target audience. Know your audience, right? So if I cared, I do care, but if my target audience was college educated, sophisticated, LinkedIn type of individuals, then maybe I would clean up a bit. But they have all the help they need. They have all the gurus out there that are willing to help them and take their money. I'm here for you. I'm here for the guy that does not have that additional income to invest. I'm here for you. I'm here to show you that you could be better than me. Look at me as an example. Like, this nigga's corny. If he's open enough, if he's confident enough to express his life, to show his life, his day-to-day as is without faking it, I got this. Now, the next question is, a lot of people have a hesitation in terms of what in the fuck would I talk about. Number one, you need to understand what goes in must come out. You need to understand that basic of life. Our mind is like a sponge. Everything that we've consumed didn't just disappear. It creates behavior. It creates who we are. If you don't like the result of your life, if you're upset, if you're frustrated, there's a reason for it. There's a reason. Call it what you will. Let it, be it an outside source or, that's just what it is. At some point, you have to accept responsibility. Whenever you become aware of it, that's when you have to accept responsibility. I thought about a statement earlier today. I was like, what they don't know won't hurt them. And that's true. That actually is true. If you don't know something, it won't hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Like, keeping people in ignorance, at the end of the day, like, If you go to a third world country and you see them, you could feel bad as fuck, but I guarantee they don't see it how you see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just live that way. That's just their reality. They've never tasted a steak from Outback or Longhorn or Morton's, right? Now, introduce them to a steak from Outback, Longhorn, Morton's. Now the human emotion starts playing a role. They're like, oh shit. Now they have something to compare to. A lot of us are doing that in the game of life with our peers, the people that we live around. We're just comparing ourselves because we've at least tasted in the sense of we see better options. We're seeing better options, and by default we want to compare, and we start analyzing, and we're like, what the fuck? Why the hell am I not getting those type of results? What's going on? I'm gonna help you combat that. But before I do, I want you to think about, what is it that you talk about? What exactly would you talk about? As you start documenting your journey, what's the mindset that you must have as you're doing it? Personal development. Personal development. You don't have to actually record your videos and put it public. If you don't have enough memory, I remember starting and I would upload my videos because of lack of memory. I didn't have enough memory, so I would upload it to YouTube. At least that's my excuse. That the excuse I made. And then with time, I started to actually put them public. And then at some point, I said, I don't give a fuck. Because again, what's the alternative? You're either producing or consuming. Now, again, you don't have to do either or. There's other options in life that you could take. You could build a brick and mortar. You could build so many type of businesses. There's not a lack of examples out there of type of businesses that you can run. Period. But when you have a clear idea of the life you want to live, when you have a clear idea of the roadmap, and if you don't, think about this. Think about, what is it that you are engaged in from a consumer point of view. I know most people haven't thought of it that way, but I want you to think about, what exactly is it that I'm consumed in? Meaning, are you looking up bad bitches online? Are you looking up fast whips, motorcycles, collections, collectibles, art, music? What is it that you're so engaged in from a consumer point of view? And when you find that out, when you start analyzing your life and you say, oh shit, I listen to music all day, every day. Or, I'm constantly looking up videos on how to fix cars, or looking up fast ass cars, or I'm constantly looking up bad bitches online, and I just love looking at them in the pictures. Make that your life until you no longer want to. It's okay if it's not conducive to growth. It's okay if it's not going to yield profit. It's your life. Live it from a producing point of view. Document yourself looking up whatever it is that you're looking up. Here's the benefit. You, my friend, are going to become a better person. Here's what I mean. Not initially and not by doing it. But what goes in must come out. This is the number one strategy to actually develop yourself. It costs you nothing. Now later on, I'm going to be taxing y'all motherfuckers for the ones that don't listen. But I'm telling you, this is the number one personal development, actual, practical program, if you will. Actions that you take that will improve you. What am I talking about? What exactly am I talking about? Listen. What goes up must come down. Unless it goes so high that it just breaks through the space barrier and it stays up there. What goes in must come out. All right? And why I say it's okay, whatever you decide on documenting, is because you yourself are going to start realizing how not you that is. Until you do that, you are living from a point of view convinced 100% that what you're engaged in, that what you do is it. You believe that's just you, and nothing's going to convince you otherwise until you start looking at it from another angle. So let's just use music as an example. Let's just say that you're into music. You listen to music 24/7, 365. Music's constantly just blamming. Then music's probably your thing. Document yourself listening to music. Don't worry about copyright claims. Again, this is for you. And when you go back and you watch yourself, it's one of the best ways to learn about yourself. I mean, just the number one way to learn about you. You don't have to pay a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I don't know which one it is, but you don't have to pay. You just don't. You can, but you know what's happening inside. And if you don't, documenting will definitely expose it. Not day one, not day two. Of course, we have this lack of ability to just be natural. Sometimes, even me, once I hit this play, I'm on offense. It puts me in a different space. Sometimes I just talk shit. Sometimes I talk quality information, but it puts me in a different position. Sometimes I want to, clean myself up and kind of, act perfect, if you will. Make sure that I communicate, my energy's up, but just a bunch of factors. Sometimes I want to make sure that my environment's semi-clean, and you know what I'm saying? Listen, you need to get over that shit. How do you do it? By first, just document yourself. And if you don't have a specific topic that you feel competent on, document yourself consuming. And here's the kicker. Here's where you will start developing. It's when you start watching yourself. I'm going to end on this note, all right? Athletes, the most effective athletes, the best of the best, study film. They study film. I've never watched a documentary or learned from an actual athlete in terms of why they do it and what is their mindset as they're watching film. Did my speculation though. Not only are they studying, let's just use football as an example. Not only are they studying the opponent, the team that they're going to face, the defense, they're looking at themselves. And if, again, I don't know, but if any athlete said they never watched film and looked for themselves on the field, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. You want to see yourself. Maybe at some point you're so advanced and you've seen enough of yourself that you are actually engaged in other areas, but I can tell you what. To get to that point, you have had to study yourself. You had to have gotten to a point where you know yourself so well that and to be honest, I would like to ask professional athletes what is their mindset. In fact, any professional athlete that comes across this, I'd like to know, what is your mindset as you are studying film? And are you one of the people that you look at, that you look for? Do you make adjustments? Do you critique yourself when you are studying film? But something I learned from Maxwell Maltz, he talked about in the book Psycho-Cybernetics. Maxwell Maltz in the book Psycho-Cybernetics, he talked about autocorrection. He gave a great analogy in terms of how the mind works. And when you have a goal, the mind, the human spirit tends to correct itself as long as you have that goal. As long as you keep pushing forward, it's going to correct itself and you're going to align yourself to what needs to happen. And I look at documenting, I look at film, I look at this camera as a way to autocorrect myself. If a random person walked up to you and said, "Why are you so negative?" You'd probably just think about what your reaction would be, right? What would your reaction be? I know for me, I'd probably like, nigga, you don't even fucking know me, bruh. In fact, I get that often. A lot of people are just coming, not a lot, but I've gotten people smile. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, bro, first of all, or bitch, you're not even smiling. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it just makes me want to take off on individuals. It just depends. It's actually just funny. There's someone here at this store that asked me that. She's like, smile. Why don't you ever smile? Bitch, you're not even smiling. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck you talking about? Two, okay, cool, I'm not smiling, but what does that mean? Am I supposed to just walk around smiling all day? Who the fuck is walking around smiling all day? Nobody. Nobody. If someone came up to you and just said, you're negative, you wouldn't really accept it as is unless you really are. And even if you were, you'd kind of deflect it. You wouldn't accept it as is. You'd combat it with your own truth. Why? Because this person doesn't have full context. When you watch yourself, when you study your own fucking self, you have context. You know yourself more than anybody knows you. Okay? You know what's genuine, what's real, what you actually believe in versus what's fake. If you believe in a specific religion, cool, talk about it. But more importantly, I want you to study your content. I dare you. And you can't lie to yourself, G. You cannot lie to yourself. You could lie to other people. And you can lie. You can lie. And you can lie to yourself. But watching yourself lie to yourself is a whole nother game. And that's where the autocorrection comes into place. I believe in you. Send me an email at OurTheta, OurTheta, with your first. If you've never documented, if you've never uploaded your actual video, I want you to send me an email with the link to your YouTube video. The first one that you documented. OurTheta@gmail.com. And it's for you. Not for 2,000, not for 1,000,000 views, not for no likes. It's for you. It's for you. It's called YouTube. You listening to this, you got more inside of you, but you have to dilute the bullshit. There's some people that are advanced and they got it. But you're not going to get better by watching them. I look forward to hearing, seeing, looking at your growth. But even if I don't, guess what? It doesn't matter. You be excited about your own fucking growth. In your mind, I want you to say this: I look forward to my own growth. Just say that. I look forward to my own self-discovery, my own personal development process, not nobody else's, not Tony Robbins, not Gary Vaynerchuk. Me. You got this. All right? Send me an email, OurTheta@gmail.com. I believe in you. But more importantly, say this inside your mind: I believe in me.